Good morning, students. This lesson is for class 4 for the subject of general science, topic adaptations, which is covered in chapter 4, adaptations in animals of your textbook, titled Nutrients in Science, Evergreen, and is being submitted to you on 12th of July 2021. My dear students, millions of years ago, huge animals called dinosaurs roamed on the earth. And now there are no dinosaurs. Do you know why? Some scientists believe that this happened due to a sudden change in the earth's climate. They believe that it became very cold and the dinosaurs could not adjust to the cold conditions and died. In the natural world, a plant or an animal adapts or changes itself to suit its surroundings. So, this process in which an organism changes itself to suit its surroundings is known as adaptation. Hence, living things that are able to adapt themselves to their surroundings survive, and those that are not able to survive, they die. So, those who cannot adapt themselves, they just die. So, this was the reason for that. So, animals living in different places have adapted themselves to their surroundings or the environment where they are living. So, the surroundings or the environment in which an animal lives comfortably is called its habitat. That is the living and dwelling place of an organism where it is comfortably residing. So, what is the need for adaptation? Why there was a need for adaptation in animals? So, the first thing is animals need to adapt according to the climatic conditions. They may be extreme hot, they may be very, very cold. Adaptation helps them to survive in adverse conditions, which means the conditions which are not suitable for them. And then animals need to adapt themselves according to their food habits. And animals need to adapt themselves according to the habitat where they live. The earth has many habitats. We have forests, mountains, oceans, hot deserts and very cold places. So animals, they need to adapt themselves according to their living place. Animals learn to live in these habitats by adapting themselves to survive in their surroundings. Students, just before moving further in our lesson, let us first revise the part covered till now. So just write the answers to these very simple questions in your notebook. And the first question is, name the huge animals which we cannot see anymore. And then, what do we call the process in which an organism changes itself to suit its surroundings? And then, name the different habitats on Earth. So, the break time is over now. Let us first check the answers. The huge animals which we cannot see anymore are the dinosaurs. In the process in which an organism changes itself to suit the surroundings is adaptation. And the different habitats on earth are such as forests, mountains, oceans, deserts, cold places. So they are the different habitats on the earth. And students, let us now study the reasons of adaptation. Animals adapt themselves to their environment for their survival and safety. So main reason for adaptation is to survive. And to survive, the following adaptations are needed. The very first is to protect themselves from enemies. Because if they have to survive, they have to protect themselves from their enemies. Then to protect themselves from the unfavorable or the extreme climatic changes. To help them to survive in their habitat. Habitat means their natural home. To help them in their movement or the locomotion. And to help them to consume their food according to their food habits. So these are the reasons why adaptation is needed. So now moving to our next subtopic, which is covering adaptations of animals according to the environment. So children, there are 5 categories. The first category is of the terrestrial animals, then aquatic animals, aerial animals, arboreal animals, and amphibians. So this is how the animals are placed under 5 different groups according to their habitat, and we will be learning about each group one by one. So let us first learn about the terrestrial animals. Animals such as lion, tiger, horse, elephant, which live on land, are the terrestrial animals. And the features which help them to adapt on land are, the very first is they have strong legs to walk and run. They have lungs to breathe. Well-developed sense organs and nervous system is an important feature of the terrestrial animals. They have hairy skin to bear cold. They may have thick skin to bear heat. Now, as the climatic conditions on land can be extreme, varying from hot and dry in the deserts to extremely cold in the mountains and polar regions. So let us discuss about some specific animals and their adaptations. So first of all, let us start with the camel. As you all know, camel is known as the sheep of the desert. Camel has thick skin that prevents sweating and loss of water because of scorching heat of the sun. It has padded feet which help it to walk easily on the loose and hot sand. Camel's body is adapted to store water for a long time, and camel has a hump on its back, and this hump has stored fat which gives it energy when it is not getting food or water. So that is why this is known as the sheep of the desert. Now studying about the another important animal is the snake. Snakes have scales or plates with the help of which they crawl. We have seen the snake crawling, and it is because of the help of the scales or the plates on its body. Now learning about polar bear, and the habitat of polar bear is the polar regions, means extremely cold regions. So these polar bears, they have thick furry coat which helps to trap the body heat and keep them warm. They have thick skin and a layer of fat under the skin, and this layer of fat is called blubber. It provides them energy when the food is unavailable. Moving on to the next animal, that is the deer. You might have seen deer. Deer has very long and thin legs which help it to run fast and can escape from its enemies. And then the mountain goat. The small hooves of mountain goat help it to climb up and down the hills, and its thick coat on the back protects it against the cold. So here I am ending the lesson. Kindly go through the topic carefully and then do worksheet 1 given on page number 46 in your book only as a part of your home assignment. Thank you, students.